but one of them caught our eye, the one in the center. He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
Antarctica is not just a place. It is a concept. It is the end of the world, quite literally. A landscape of absolute sterile perfection. A silence louder than any noise. A whiteness so bright it blinds the mind. In this frozen cathedral, life follows a strict, brutal script. Eat, breed, survive, repeat. But then there is an anomaly. In the middle of this deafening silence, a penguin walks, but he is not walking with his colony. He ignores the biological imperative to survive. He ignores the magnetic pull of the ocean, where food and life await. Instead, he turns his back on existence. He faces the interior of the continent, a barren wasteland of ice stretching for thousands of kilometers. He walks toward the mountains, towards nowhere. Werner Herzog's camera captures this moment, and it is terrifying. The filmmaker tries to understand. Is he lost? Is he confused? Dr. Ale, the scientist on site, explains the tragedy. He says that even if he caught this penguin and brought him back to the safety of the colony, the creature would turn right around and march back towards the mountains. He has made a choice. The penguin says nothing, because there is nothing to say. Perhaps biologically, he is just a lost animal, a neurological glitch in the evolutionary code. But to us, to the human collective consciousness, he has become something far more profound. He has become a symbol, the Nihilist Penguin. Why does this image haunt us? Why did a clip from a documentary become a viral sensation, shared by millions who felt a deep, inexplicable connection to a flightless bird? Because we project our own existential pain onto him. We see ourselves in that walk. Look at the colony he left behind. It is a cacophony of noise. Thousands of beings huddled together, doing exactly what they are told to do by nature. It is a perfect metaphor for modern society. We are born into a colony of our own. We are given a script. Go to school, get a job, buy a house, consume, reproduce, retire, die. We huddle together in our cities, seeking warmth in conformity, terrified of stepping out of line. But deep down, there is a voice in many of us that whispers, "Is this it?" The penguin represents that voice. He is the part of us that looks at the endless cycle of the daily grind and decides to opt out. He is the embodiment of the burnout, the quiet quitting, the deep spiritual exhaustion of the 21st century. He is the one who realizes that the feeding grounds are full, but the soul is starving. In philosophy, the void is often depicted as a terrifying cliff. We spend our entire lives building fences so we don't have to look over the edge. But maybe that cliff is the only honest mirror we have. When Friedrich Nietzsche declared God is dead, he wasn't celebrating a victory. He was sounding a frantic alarm. He wasn't just talking about religion. He was warning us that the absolute source of meaning, the compass that told us north from south, good from bad, was gone. Without a divine script, humanity was suddenly left alone in the cold. Just like that penguin. When meaning collapses, directions blur. Right and wrong, success and failure, fame and obscurity. They all look the same in the existential whiteout. The penguin's march to the mountains is a symbol of this blur. The colony represents what Nietzsche called herd morality, The herd keeps you safe. It validates your existence. If everyone else is swimming to the ocean, then swimming to the ocean must be the right thing to do. It is comfortable, it is warm, but it also keeps you average. It keeps you asleep. To leave the herd is to court death. It is to face the harsh winds of isolation. But Nietzsche would argue that it is also the only way to truly own your existence. To separate from the collective mind is the first step towards the Übermensch, the overman, the being who creates his own values. But let's be honest, the penguin isn't becoming a god. He is walking towards death. And this brings us to the terrifying seduction of the abyss. The French call it l'appel du vide, the call of the void, that strange urge you feel when standing on a high ledge, the inexplicable pull to jump. Not because you want to die, but because you want to know what lies beyond the safety of the known world. The penguin has answered that call. But where is he going? There is nothing in the mountains, no food, no water, just ice, wind, and eventual silence. This is where Albert Camus enters the story to offer us a different perspective. Camus famously compared the human condition to the myth of Sisyphus, the king condemned by the gods to push a massive boulder up a hill for eternity, only to watch it roll back down. It is the ultimate definition of a pointless task, a meaningless existence. The penguin's walk is his boulder. It is irrational. It is suicidal. By all logical metrics, it is a failure of survival. But Camus concludes his essay with a shocking sentence. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? How can he be happy in such a hell? Because the act of pushing the rock is the rebellion. Sisyphus realizes his fate is absurd, yet he pushes anyway. He owns his rock. He owns his suffering. The nihilist penguin is pushing his own boulder. But notice something crucial. He is not being forced. No gods are whipping him. He is not moving by the commands of a society or an instinct. He is moving by his own directed aimlessness. This is the ultimate insurrection. To say no to the biological imperative of survival is the most radical act of freedom a living being can commit. He is trading the quantity of life, years spent eating fish in the colony, for the quality of a singular self-chosen destiny, even if that destiny is death. We are terrified of the silence. We fill it with podcasts, music, notifications, and small talk. We are addicted to noise because silence forces us to think, and thinking is painful. But what if the void isn't a lack of something? What if it's a canvas? In the West, we have horror vacui, the fear of empty space. We rush to fill every corner of our lives with stuff. But in the East, specifically in Zen philosophy, there is the concept of ma, the negative space. The pause between notes in music, the white space in a painting, and there is mushin, no mind. It is a state of clarity where the clutter of thought is removed and pure presence remains. The Antarctic whiteness acts like this state. It is a cleansing, a great eraser. As the penguin walks, the wind picks up. His footprints are erased within minutes. His past is wiped clean. There is no history here. Know who you were, know what you achieved. There is only the walk. Jean-Paul Sartre famously said, "Man is condemned to be free." This sounds like a paradox. How can freedom be a condemnation? Because it means there are no excuses. When the penguin leaves the colony, he enters the abyss of this radical freedom. No one tells him where to go anymore. There is no map. There is no guide. That is terrifying. It is the vertigo of possibility. But it is also holy. Nihilism is often seen as a dark, depressing dead end. Nothing matters, so why bother? But there is another side to this coin. Optimistic nihilism, or creative nihilism. I see the penguin's walk not as the death of meaning, but as the birth of art. Because when the old systems collapse, when the colony no longer makes sense, they leave a space, a vacuum. And in that empty space, you become the architect. Creative nihilism suggests that if the universe has no inherent meaning, if the script is blank, then you are the writer. You are free to create your own meaning. If the canvas is white, you can paint whatever you want. The penguin chose the mountains. To us, it looks like a mistake. But to him, maybe the mountains represent a curiosity we cannot understand. Maybe he is simply tired of the fish. Maybe he just wants to see what is over the horizon. The motive doesn't matter. The choice matters. In a universe that is indifferent to our existence, a universe of cold stars and silent ice, we are the only ones who can observe it, feel it, and give it weight. We are the consciousness of the cosmos. Without the penguin to witness them, do the mountains even exist as mountains? Or are they just rock and ice? His gaze gives them meaning. His struggle gives the landscape a tragedy and a beauty it did not possess before. The penguin continues to walk. He is likely 70 kilometers away from the sea by now. His energy is fading. The cold is seeping into his bones. He will almost certainly die in those mountains. His body will be buried under the snow, preserved in the ice for eons. From a survivalist perspective, his life was a failure. He did not pass on his genes. He did not contribute to the colony. But his walk was not in vain, because it was his, and now it is ours. Years later, we are still talking about him. We are making videos about him. We are thinking about our own lives through the lens of his journey. He achieved a form of immortality that the thousands of penguins back in the colony, who lived long, safe, successful lives, will never achieve. This brings us to the final question. The question that looks back at you from the black mirror of your screen. Where is your mountain? What is the thing you are walking towards, even though everyone tells you it's crazy? Even though it scares you? Even though it might not pay off in the way society demands? We all have a colony we need to leave. Maybe it's a job that drains your spirit, a relationship that has gone cold, a mindset that keeps you small. Leaving is hard. The ocean is safe. The fish are plenty. But the mountains are calling. So, the next time you feel the weight of meaninglessness, the next time you feel lost in the whiteout of modern life, remember the penguin. Don't be afraid of the whiteout. Don't be afraid of the silence. Embrace the absurdity. Push the rock. Paint the canvas. Keep walking. Not because there is a destination waiting for you. There might not be. But because the walk itself, the act of choosing a direction in a directionless universe, is the only meaning we have. We are the anomalies, and that is a beautiful thing.